What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back on our gas course project. A game built from scratch using Unreal Engine 5, the gameplay ability system plugin, C++, all that good stuff. So today we're going to try to do a couple different things on our agenda. We have fixing client-side targeting with our projectile ability. And then I also want to add an air control attribute because we started adding like a fun like kind of super jump, because last time we added a jump and then we also added like a, if you press and hold it you get a super jump, and it would be cool if you have better air control in that ability compared to what you have for default. So that's what we're going to try to do. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have our client. We're going to launch as a client, but let's open up our projectile example. Here's our ability. This is the kind of stuff I suck at when it comes to multiplayer, trying to figure out what's the best way to handle, replication, what needs to be replicated, what doesn't need to be replicated. So we're gonna pretty much brute force this to try to see what exactly is the best way to do it. So let's go ahead and try to figure that out. So I think let's just take these guys out. We'll just deal with one target for now. And I think we also need to let's give these guys a passive healing back. So ability set dummy. Actually, I don't know if it's an ability or I think it's a gameplay effect. Passive healing. Now, they shouldn't die as easily. Yeah, see how they're regaining health back as we're doing it. Okay, so as you can see, like the filtering stuff doesn't really work. And I wonder why. Because yeah, we have server and we have client. So what does the server say? We don't even get there. Because I guess it fails. So how do we handle this for the other ability? I know we have it in dodge, I believe. Yeah, we do dodge here. We check if it's locally controlled, and then we have dodge info. So I wonder if I were to, instead of it just being just client, we do play listen server, and we do 2 instances. And we get a crash. Pfft. Why? Um, is it a okay? It's not. It's not a true crash. Okay. So let me now. So there's this. So we get to here. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you, Casual Zone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Just chilling on a Saturday. Trying to deal with multiplayer things. How are you? Oh, and we got another garbage collection problem. Does that also crash, or are we okay? Okay, we're good. So yeah, we're trying to figure out how to best do and handle targeting in multiplayer. So I'm guessing we have to maybe not do is locally controlled. Maybe we have to get the target, like we have to be like has authority maybe, and then we can get the target and stuff like that. So let's see what happens when I do this. Like has authority, and we get to like this point, right? Why am I getting so many insurers? I don't like that. Does that happen every time I compile the blueprint? No. Weird. How's the stream going? Oh, we just started. So far so good. How are things going on your side? Okay, so let's try with just a client. Yeah, so we don't even get there, right? So what I believe we would want to do, if I'm not mistaken, let's probably want to get to here. I'm just curious if this will work. What happened? Like, do we get? Whoops! I don't want to do that. Remove breakpoints. I'm curious if we'll get here on the client. No. Oh wait, we're on the server object. Let's try again. We get here. Okay, so I think what we might be able to do, could be wrong, of course. You know, that's just how I roll, being wrong. Is here we do wait net sync. And then when they're on sync here, maybe we can, let's just print this out. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So that doesn't work. Is this set to also replicate? Yeah. Maybe I have to do run on owning client. Still no. Who did we get to this at all? Let's see. Let's grab this guy. So we really don't get anything, which is odd. So maybe I have to do it the opposite way, where it's like, okay, so I have to be like, is locally controlled. I'm actually kind of curious what happens if I do this way. Or I don't do any kind of checks at the beginning there. It's interesting that things get called. Like, how's the spawning still happening? Oh, because I'm connecting that. Okay. Because here I get, if we're locally controlled, if they have authority or not. So I wonder, maybe I can just do this, and then I have to say from here, I could say, okay, is locally controlled. Yes. Do this. Let's disconnect a bunch of stuff so we have a cleaner set of things. So this is where I want to replicate from owning client to net server. So I want to get to here. And I guess no matter what, I want a net sync. So I just want to see what happens. So nothing. So we have on server. So this is hit us. It does. And this, we get the right thing here. We just, okay, is it because I need to do that it would not be printed? Maybe? Okay, so yeah, server and client, yeah, we get BP MPC. Then, okay, because the ability doesn't end. Let me just end the ability here. Yeah, both empty, both there. But now it doesn't change for some reason. I think because we have to reset the variable. Let's see what happens when we set target to null here. Because that's weird. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go here. Still BP NPC. Why? Let me hit this breakpoint here. Does like the request like change at all? Because like if I were to, for example, put this to listen server, right? I do that. Whoops. So I do that, I get NPC as you'd expect. I look away, and it's still BP NPC. Am I not filtering or something? I thought I added a filter. Yeah, gas course filter is on screen. So something strange maybe is happening. Maybe let me open up the filtering here. So close all tabs. Let's give ourselves a clean setup. Where is it under systems, targeting, filtering, filter on screen, should filter target. Let's put a breakpoint here, I guess. Okay, so for some reason this is being performed on tick. Is it because of the dodge? Not the dodge. The combat strafe, maybe? We have this targeting component. It is running something on tick. So let me just disable that just to be sure. Put a breakpoint back. There we go. I'm going to do this. Bam. So it's hard to tell what this evaluated as. So screen size X is 1.4. Interesting. Why is that such a large number? So target location is weird. So there's the hit location. Um, so target location and then screen position. Yeah, that's doing something weird. Um, shouldn't be such a number. Well, let me look at this again when they, because this is when they were not on screen. So let me just do that now. Screen position X, screen position. Yeah, so those numbers are good. Yeah, that seems to make sense. Yeah, for some reason it keeps returning. It keeps returning the target. So, we got BP NPC, and then I'm clicking, 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 and it's still the same one. So I wonder why. Like, is the filtering wrong? Um, I wonder. Let me let me recreate this real quick. Maybe the filtering's just wrong. So BP on screen filter. Just change that real quick. Um, so I gotta get what? There should be like a function like visible or recently visible or something like that. Was actor recently rendered? I'm just curious what the result. I think it has to be opposite, but we'll see. Yeah. Whoops. Not. Let's see. We got that, and then still BP NPC. So it shouldn't be filtered now. But for whatever reason, it's returning it. That's so strange. Um, Now, is it because I don't clear the targeting handle? Um, Good targeting subsystem. Is there like a clear or handle? Or is it my best target from handle fucking up? Always a possibility. So it's filtered out, no? Yeah, so maybe it's this. Of course, it's my custom code. So best target from handle. So let's look at this in the context of, I'm going to look away. So it's valid, right? So what are my targets? So targets is empty, right? So all good there. Now here, so we got a handle. The target's also empty. No. Oh yeah, it is empty because I make it empty, right? So here's our result data. With the score and everything, right? Okay. Now I turn back around. Do it again. Okay, so I guess it's holding on to the target. So what I think I have to do is also just say target is null pointer. Maybe also do it here. Did Devin make a big no mistakey stakey? Probably, yeah. How's everybody doing there on TikTok? Can everybody hear what I'm saying? How's everything going? Hopefully nothing, no, the music isn't too overpowering. Hopefully those on watching on Twitch and YouTube are doing good too on this nice Saturday. You know, we learned a lesson about my coding ability. So it should be a simple fix, assuming this does the fix. And again, yeah, the problem was really just, you know, the hanging pointer. And I guess this is redundant code potentially. So let me actually do that. I'm just out of my own kind of morbid curiosity. If we were to just do just return there, because you know we are nullifying them there. Maybe it's redundant. Let's find out. Oh, here's the build output. I was wondering. Yeah, I had like a writer link install progress tab that I didn't even realize. There it is. Let's have a little faith here. Hopefully it works. And if it does, then it should be a quick fix, like I mentioned, and then we can jump into creating an air control attribute for this super jump. And then I have some interesting, not interesting, well, I think it's interesting. I don't know. I shouldn't talk badly about that. I have some interesting plans on what I want to do. Like, because at this point, we're just kind of making abilities and kind of just updating stuff for multiplayer. But we don't really have a game, you know? We have some test dummies and stuff like that, but we don't really have enemies, we don't really have rules, we don't really have just a framework of what the goal of the player is going to be. And I kind of want it to be, I think it's called Slay the Spire, if I'm correct. Let me check on Steam. Uh, where did Steam go? So Slay the Spire. I think. No, it's not. It's not Slay the Spire. I've just heard the term Slay the Spire, and I thought it was something else. There's some other game where I think Pirate Software played it, and you're kind of just shooting around, gaining scores and stuff, and I think that's fun. And I want to have like some sort of like game manager class, and we can have different kind of stuff where it's like, oh, in this game, in this round, your cooldowns are reduced by half, or they're doubled, or you can't use your mobile ability or something like that, and have different waves of different types of enemies come out, and you can kind of roguelike ish, where you go round to round, you gain experience, you level your character up, you get more abilities. um I don't know. I don't know. I can't even think about itemization or anything right now, but maybe itemization. So yeah, let's change our filter screen. We don't need this BP filter. I think it's redundant at this point. So yeah, so we should be okay now. I'm just gonna make my debug here a little more robust. Null, boom. So play listen server. We have this. We have the right enemy. We look this way. Null. Back this way. Enemy. This way. Null. Perfect. And is that the same in for the client? I don't know. Are we going to deal with bugs here? So there. Null. Perfect. All right. All right. Uh, so we get target on server. So I think so. We don't need to do this. That's redundant. Is locally controlled. Boom, boom, boom. So I think I can make a function here where we get target on server, and then custom event. So continue or spawn, or what should I say? Because there is a spawn projectile. So should there be like so maybe this all should happen within spawn projectile. So I'm just gonna say so wait spawn projectile. I'll say this. We get here, and then here we can call spawn projectile. So wait at sync. No, sorry. Wait spawn projectile. Then we get here, and then maybe I can make a custom event construct projectile orientation, maybe. Like that. And then here we could say target actor is valid. If it is, do that. And then if it's not, we do that. I think that looks good. That. I don't know if I can make this cleaner looking, but we do have the actor info information, so I am doing some more redundant things. I am setting the actor rotation, but I don't know if I should be doing that of my character. I don't think that's necessary. Oops. So this is correct. And here's the meat and potatoes of everything. We spawn. And that's about it. And this is on ability added and removed. Is there any redundancy here in variables? Hit result, hit location, sure. So let's see if this works. So this is client. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of twitchy, but whatever. So play listen server, let's just double check. No. Funny enough, it doesn't work on listen server. Where does it get stuck? Do we get here? We do. So we also set character rotation client. I don't think we want to do that either. For now. Do I get here? No, we don't. So let's just back. Montage events. Yeah. Do we get here? We do. Uninterrupted. Interesting. Now let's I think it's getting called twice. And that's why. No? Yes, it is getting called twice. Because yeah, we do this. Wait on server. I guess I have to say like has authority. No. Maybe like that. Okay, so we do get there. Now, how does that look on client? Still good, right? Okay, so we fixed that. Awesome sauce. Now we can probably add um, the air control. So I'll show you the ability that I'm talking about. We're on listen server, right? So I have this ability, and kind of jump up, and I want to give you all out air control, right? And also that's a problem. You can do that, so we gotta fix that eventually. But I think it would be kind of cool to have an ability where you do this, you jump up, and then I don't know, you press space again, and then you get to this like pose, and you're in the air, and you can slam down or something, right? I think that would be cool. So let's see. I know I have my elf character. I forget if I already explicitly gave him a lot of air control. I think I did, yeah. Air control 0.35 by default. There could be air control when falling, multiplier added to air control when lateral velocity. There, air control boost velocity threshold. So yeah, I think air control would be an interesting one to have because again, by default, you don't really have too much air control. And we already have some other attributes that are similar. So I think it should be easy to implement. I think it's in our, so there's gameplay ability system, attribute sets, base. Yeah, movement speed, crouch speed, jump speed, velocity override. So we're going to do air control override. Then we're going to make another virtual function here. Onrep air control override, and then we're going to do old air control override. Update the onrep using. I believe we got to generate this code. There we go. Grab this. And then I gotta do this, and then air control override. That's all good. And then yeah, I gotta add it here. And then post attribute change. I think I have to change this, right? Let's add it. Oops. So we got new value. I should also be clamping it, right? I think I do that in other attribute sets, right? Is it pre? No. Okay, so it is in pre. So I'll just grab an example. Oh, there is a to-do to clamp it. So we'll leave that to-do in there because we don't really care about it at the moment. You should always care about your to-dos, but it's not this day that we care. So we're going to say air control attribute. So new value equals, yeah, we want to clamp it between 0 and 1, like that. We should be okay. So next we got to, I think there's somewhere else where we're using the velocity override. Let's look. So it's in the CPP for sure. So we're going to grab that. So get air control override. Generate that. Something similar to this. That cool. There has to also be just like something else where it's used. No? Is it in my custom movement component? Yeah. So get max jump height. So is there anything for air control in this file? No. Maybe in the base class I have to override it, maybe. So here's the U character movement component. Now in this file there should be something for air control, right? Do I just have to say like air control equals kind of thing? So so the default implementation returns current acceleration modified by get air control. So is get air control in here? Yes. Um. So I think I have to override this. So virtual. It's the vector though, which I don't know. Is that true? Like I think I have to update these functions to use my custom air control. Unless I only want to use it when falling. And so no. So there's get max speed. Um yeah, there's this get air control. So do I have to like okay, let's try virtual f vector get air control like this. And then I basically have to say I basically have to control the tick air I have to override the tick control. So let me grab essentially grab this. And we'll change what we need to change, essentially. Um, we'll see if it works. I think this is the last thing I have to do. So, what do I want to do? So, if it's not valid, we just do that, and then we get here, and I think I can just say it's like this part that we have below. Like this part, I think is irrelevant. I think at this point we could just say, float new air control value equals get owner, no, character owner, right? No, just owner. Get air control override. And then literally just super with this new air control value. So I think that's good. Let's try. And hope for the best, of course. If we were able to do this, I mean, if we get this right the first try, I think that would be pretty freaking sweet. I'll be happy if I don't even have any compile errors. That'd be sweet too. But we're gonna find out right now. And what we'll do to test this is in our base attribute, we'll set the value to 0 first and just see if there's a change. And then if there is, then that means that pretty much means we did it correctly. But I wonder if this is even necessary. Maybe we can just set like the air control value manually to just 1, because you're not going to be in the air for much other reason than this ability. I guess it depends on our level design when we make these arenas, but I don't know if there'll be actual like elevations or anything like that. And I also should play around with how high you jump, because you jump pretty high with this base version. And maybe we don't want that. So let's see if that works. The moment of truth. Okay. So we should be able to go now into our attribute set. Let's not worry about that. So game, character, player, ability system, ability set. There's this base emitter, gameplay effect. Now we can add another entry here. Let me collapse all. It's the last one. Now there should be air control override. We're going to do an override, and we're going to set it to 0. Now I wonder, because I think the cog has something in here for it, right? So we can look at attributes. Air control override is 0, which is good. So debug settings, pot, skeleton scalability, stats. Inspector. Guess there's nothing there for us to look at. So let's just see what happens. We're in the air. And yeah, I'm trying to move and it's not letting me move, which is what I would expect with the value of 0. Now with the value of 1. Let's see. Yes, I'm able to move like crazy. So we know that works. So I'm just going to give it like a 0.5 default value just to leave it alone. So it looks like we are able to accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish. We still have some time. Let me look at my to-do list. So we did do better there. So we do still have to do the input buffering system. IMGUI debug. There's also the super jump stuff. We have the air control attribute. There is some bugs here where we're still able to block movement. So I'm not sure why. Because like again, you go into that like crouched state. But maybe we can add a block movement tag. And again, just to reiterate what we're trying to stop, I'm moving and then I do this. And then, yeah, we don't really want you to be able to move. And I thought that if, so it's in the super jump, right? I thought because we're playing like a default slot, it was gonna be okay. Maybe because there's no root motion or something. Let me just see if changing those does anything for us there. Okay. So it's actually just an animation problem. But I think we should still add a block movement tag. So I believe in gas course character would be the best place. So I'm trying to think. Is there a move? Yeah, so there's move, and then so there is a status block movement input tag. Okay, so we do have that. We don't have one for look though. So maybe we can add that. Let's go to the definition here. We gotta go to the header file. So what I want to try to accomplish next is, you're here, and maybe we don't want you to, be able to like look. I don't know. I think being able to look is good, but there's still this issue where I want to decouple the camera a little bit better. Let me look at the player. Now, so I want to just see, because I think it's because it's attached. Like the camera boom is attached to the capsule. There's this thing here. So it's inherited and everything. Maybe that's a problem. So there is use pawn control rotation. If I disable that and I get to this state, nothing really changes, right? Don't remember if it's in the character movement. Let me type in rotate So orient movement, use controller, desired rotation. I think turning that off should do something. No? Now, is it because of what we're doing on tick? Um, Now I thought, I thought I was updating stuff here. Isn't there like get desired gate? Unwrap movement, right? Okay. So, we get this and then update rotation. So I'm curious, so on update rotation, we're still moving like this. Like I don't want the character to be able to, oh, I don't want the character to be able to rotate though. Orient rotation to movement. Like this is fine, right? But then when I get here, I don't want this to happen. And I'm not sure what's controlling that. Now, if these were both true, what happens? Still the same, right? So I guess it's not that. I feel like it is. Is it maybe in the animation blueprint? Update essential values and update states. So I'm doing a root transform here. Has acceleration, blah, blah, blah. I'm just curious what happens if I don't do that, or still does that. So yeah, that doesn't do anything. I always forget what is controlling this. Is it the camera boom, maybe? Hey, Toby, how's it going? Why the slow mode? What do you mean by slow mode? Wait, I need to update the pawn control rotation again, right? Use pawn control rotation. On Twitch, slow mode is turned on. No, I don't know. I don't know why it's turned on. I guess I turned it on by default, just so people don't spam, I suppose. I can always turn off. There we go. Hopefully that'll be cool. So yeah, there's the use pawn control rotation, camera lag. Yeah, I'm not sure what is causing this to happen. I don't want this to really to happen. I guess we can look into it. Not sure if it's a problem on my side, but I have the video and audio desynced. Oof. It could be just a general problem because I am trying to stream in a couple different places, and maybe my computer is just crapping its pants, you know? Hopefully it will get better. I'm assuming it's because I'm trying to do too much. We can end the live on not Twitch, on TikTok, and we'll see if it gets better. So let me know. Let me know over time if that gets any better. If so, then yeah, maybe I need to like not stream on TikTok as well, unless I had a better machine to do it. But yeah, where were we? Um, so UE5 character rotates with camera. I forget which settings it is. So it says just uncheck that. That's what I was doing. That seems to disable the camera rotation. To be clear, you want to move the camera forwards and backwards. When I'm moving the character, So yeah, we don't really want that. Orient rotation to movement. Let's see what these people are saying. Try this. Blah, blah, blah. No. So check orient rotation to movement. That's what people are saying you have to do, but that doesn't really do shit. And I know under update rotation. So let's see. Oops. Again, I don't want that to happen. Why does this happen? I'm not sure. Now, is it the other setting where use controller desired rotation? No. Um, Let me just make sure these settings are being preserved. So let's try, should be false, right? Yeah, it's still happening. And what happens if I turn them both false? Yeah, still a problem. Now I wonder if it's because the camera is like attached to the character. Um, but yeah, there's also, let me just add this. I kind of went on a tangent. So let's fix that. I want to add a block rotation. Block rotation input. I think that's what I named it. Just copy paste that bad boy right there. Um, okay. And then I have here, I have this, but it's in the base character. I'm curious, maybe if I'm doing something weird in my player character, and that's what's causing the rotation stuff to behave the way it is. It wouldn't surprise me because I do stupid stuff. Um, so let me see. Do I have a look? Because I also have like a camera thing. Because I have move, I have input camera zoom, I have the move camera. These are things I don't even use anymore. But yeah, here's the rotate camera thing. So I think it's because I am setting control rotation. Um, so I got just say like if, and definitely missing some stuff, right? Let me just copy that. Turn. Now let's do that. And let's see if that problem goes away. Haven't seen more than 1 or 2 viewers before. We're at 4. Yeah. I'm trying to find the best time. Honestly, my streaming is super inconsistent because, full time job and, feeling tired, feeling sick, having to do other things. You know, I can't really stick to my schedule too well. So apologies for that. And when I do stream, it's usually for about an hour. So trying to stream more within the actual stream itself, versus trying to stream more often. It's kind of tough, but I'm glad for the people who are watching. I hope the quality gets a little bit better now that I'm not streaming on TikTok at the same time, which I want to be able to do. Maybe I just need to get more RAM, and my computer will be able to handle it a little bit better. But hopefully the general stream quality and audio quality and everything is okay for you guys. Okay, so we don't have this. So do I have... So I have this. So if get blah blah blah. So that should be valid. I also got to update my PC setup information because that's out of date. I don't have 64 gigs of RAM anymore. Okay, so okay, syntax error, excellent. So if return. Okay, so that should fix that. Forgot parentheses. And again, what we're trying to do here is, my God, why? One more parentheses, I promise. That should be it. Quality is good. There's just audio video desync, as someone pointed out. Damn. I wonder if there's a way to can I even fix that live? Whoops. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the stream and then just kind of pop back in after a couple seconds. And we'll see if the desync is still there.